guys, I hope you're well. So this week I've had a chat with the vicar that's actually going to be marrying Matt and I. He's a really nice guy and he's giving his views on church weddings. So if you are considering getting married in a church, I hope this helps. Enjoy!
Well, I've been doing weddings now for 31 years this month, and it's part of my ministry I really enjoy. I love doing weddings, and especially at the rehearsals we have lots of laughs and plenty of banter, and then on the day you have the joyous occasion, and it's terrific. It's a lovely part of ministry. First of all, it's really important that you keep on liaising with me every 6, 7, 8 weeks, just to double check, for example, on the reading of banns in the other parish, double checking that there's nothing you've forgotten about by way of photographer or flowers and so on. It's really important that wedding couples, when they come to book the wedding, don't then disappear from the church minister's eye. The church minister is there to help them and to come alongside and be a support. Not to be a nuisance, but to make sure they don't forget anything. As I've already said, a little bit like being a wedding planner. So I would encourage you both just to keep in contact with me, every few weeks, and I am able to just double check that you're doing all that needs to be done. Interesting thing is that although I've done it for all those years, I get nervous before every wedding, even yet. And the answer as to why that is the case is because you want the day or the service to go absolutely perfectly for the couple. And I continually worry, am I going to do things the right way? Am I going to say the prayers the right way? Am I going to be loud enough, clear enough? Am I going to do anything wrong? And I don't want to spoil their day. So the answer is yes, I do get nervous. But although I get nervous, I love doing it, and I know that from the response that I get from people and the cards and the letters and the thanks I get after doing the service, that people genuinely enjoy the input that I put into, and the fact that I do care that much, that I want it to be special. Well, there are a number of things. First of all, I would meet the couple together, I suppose, about a year in advance. I would then meet them on a semi-regular basis throughout that year. Normally people would come to me about a year in advance before their wedding, and then I'd have the initial interview, which takes about an hour and a half, where I sort of begin to get to know them. And then throughout that year, I'd meet up with them the odd time to sort of make sure that they're doing everything that they need to do by way of photographers, banns of marriage, and this and that, and so on. Sometimes my role is almost like being a wedding planner, and you're giving advice to people, sometimes even as regards which photographer to choose, and reminding them to, when they choose a photographer, to always look very closely at the portfolio first before they sort of sign on the dotted line, giving advice on flowers. It's amazing, actually. It's not just to do with the religious angle. And then actually before the service, about 3 or 4 days before the service, we would have quite a long-winded rehearsal. I say long-winded, I don't mean that in the negative sense, but we take our time with the rehearsal, where I go through the meaning of the service, whereby what does the holding of the hands mean? Why is one hand on top of the other? Why does the father give the bride away? What does that mean symbolically? The order of service that I'm using would be the one that Kate and William used, which everybody loves and everybody wants normally. And that order of service has probably been, in part, around for the best part of 1,000 years. So it's filled with symbolism. So I'd spend the rehearsal time explaining all of that. And there's lots of fun and banter at the same time. we work out where the bridesmaids stand or where they sit, and so on. So that takes place 3 or 4 days before. Then the actual wedding itself, I make sure that the groom would be there probably about 45 minutes before the wedding to welcome people as they arrive. I'm usually there about half an hour before the wedding just to check all is well. And I think this is important to all you watching this, brides. We try and encourage the bride to arrive about 5 minutes before the service outside the church, so that they can have photographs outside and so the bride can get relaxed and more chilled. And I've discovered over the years that by a bride arriving a few minutes early and just being able to relax outside the church, it means that they are more relaxed and more able to enjoy the service, as opposed to arriving late and rushing in. So there are quite a number of things for the preparation of the service. Absolutely I have. My favourite part of the service is after the bride and groom have done their vows, or given their vows I should say. I get them to stand, and it's been a very solemn part of the service, of course, and I've looked suitably stern and so on. And then I look at the bridegroom and I go, phew. And usually the bridegroom, in fact always the bridegroom goes like that. And then I say, and this is the bit I love, I say, you may now kiss your wife. And that's a beautiful moment. And usually the congregation will start clapping and cheering and all the rest of it. And that's really special, because that's the first time they're kissing their wife as a wife. And I think that's really super. I love that.
So I hope you found that interesting. Thank you again to Jonathan for chatting with me. It's very nice of him. Next week's video, I'm going to be giving you some tips on how to keep on top of everything, because lately I have been feeling rather stressed, because not only are we wedding planning, but we've recently had an offer accepted on a house, and although it's all really good stuff that's going on, it does feel crazy busy. So I will be giving you my tips on how I'm doing my best to keep calm and keep on top of it. Don't forget, if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. You can also tweet me, that's at Charlotte's Vlog, and you can find me on Facebook too. That's facebook.com/Charlotte's Vlog, and I'll see you next week.